press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Hello my dear students, we had started with a new chapter, that is globalization and the Indian economy, right? Yes, okay, so yesterday we did discuss how the trade has got importance, okay, so how the trade system started in India, what actually is trade and what is globalization. With that, even we did discuss how these MNCs, okay, multinational companies, how they have come into existence, or probably even say like how they choose their location. See, every MNC, they do choose their location based upon the availability of laborers, right? They need something in cheap, like so that they can earn good profit. So MNCs and all, their main aim is earning profit, or say making profit. So when they are planning to make profit, they totally concentrate upon making profit itself. So they are least bothered about any other things here. So now when these things are happening, what they do, they will be searching for production, how the production can be done with low cost. See, cost of production is nothing but right from the raw materials till the transportation of goods. So like including all the process and all. Okay, so that is cost of production. So the whole thing, right from the raw material, what all processes it undergoes, even the packaging, including the packaging. So the end product. So until the end product came into existence, what is the cost they have spent? So what these people do, they try to find the low cost or say labor, the labor cost will be, they want these laborers to be at a low cost. Okay, so they find all these laborers who can take very less like wages. So apart from that, they even find, if at all they find that yes, there is a need for their market, definitely they would choose such place. Now today let us know about the foreign trade and integration of market. So how the foreign trade has got its importance. See what happens, you have heard about many companies and all, right? So see, even getting this foreign trade, okay, foreign trade, it has been the main channel when it comes to the connectivity between the countries. Okay, foreign trade has become, or it has gained much more importance, or say it is the one which is connecting the different nations here. So foreign trade is very much important. So foreign trade, okay, and integration. So when it comes to the foreign trade, that is bringing all the nations together. Okay, it is connecting the nations together. See the trade routes connecting, okay, as you all know, the trade routes are there, right? Even like Vasco da Gama, you have heard about him, right? He did find a route there. So few people, they started finding the trade routes there. Okay, so now the trade routes for the trading itself, they find easiest route, so that they need not spend much on transportation. So now as the trade route, the foreign trade is totally related with different countries, linking different countries, right? Business between different countries. So when this has to happen, they have to connect with different routes. And if at all they want to connect different routes, what exactly they have to do? They have to find some easiest way, okay, easiest, or say less cost, so that they can spend less on the transportation. So those kind of routes has to be found. So now see, connecting now the trade routes that is connecting India and South Asia to markets both in the east and west, and the extensive trade that took place along these routes, where you have read about these things in history. So like see, various trading interests, see most of the trading, what it happens, it has various interests there. It is not about only one particular thing. Today they might plan for importing certain things, tomorrow they may plan for sending the finished goods. So it totally depends upon the interest of the nation. What actually it does, so what is the basic function done by this trade, foreign trade? What is the basic function? Have you ever thought like yes, why, how, or like what is the importance of this foreign trade, how it is helpful, how it is helping people, whether that is a boon or a bane. Have you ever thought about this? If you think, you will understand that foreign trade creates an opportunity for the producers, okay, to reach beyond the domestic market. So they have the domestic market, no doubt. They have a particular area to sell their products, no doubt. But foreign trade makes them reach even the foreign markets. Apart from the domestic markets, they have to reach the foreign market. So that is what this particular thing, that is the basic function of foreign trade. So foreign trade is helping us. So how it is connecting? See what happens as and when you are producing. No doubt within the nation itself you are producing many things, right? So if at all you are satisfying the whole boundary, okay, territory of India, you have been selling it. Now if at all you are planning to send it to some other nation, definitely it would be through trade route itself, right? So trade is the best way to reach different markets. So now when you are planning to sell it in a different nation, okay, so that is how we are helping, like trade is helping you, foreign trade is helping you to have connectivity with different nation. So you get an opportunity. So imagine if at all you are selling, you are having some business, you are ready to sell certain things. Okay, you have some business wherein you are finding it within the nation. Now if at all you are planning it to send it to some other nation, definitely you have to find some foreign trade route, right? So that is how, so you get an opportunity there to sell the things, your products, not only in a domestic market but even in foreign market. So producers can sell their produce not only in markets located within the nation or say country, but can also compete in markets located in other nation. So similarly for the buyers, import of goods produced in another country is one way to expand their choice. See, now you are producing, okay, you are the producer. Now you are producing product, you are selling within India, within your country. Now if at all you are planning to reach some other markets, no doubt you have to, very first thing is you have to meet this, that is yes, international standards. So international standard is one thing, because our standard or say our necessity differs with that of international necessity. So whatever their standard, whatever their imagination, you have to meet those standard. You have to meet their likes and dislikes. Okay, if at all you want to sell your product in foreign nation, no doubt few of the things you can sell to your standard itself. Probably things made up of jute and all, and few people need some new designs and all, then they may suggest you saying that we need so and so designs, would you be able to do it? So being you as a producer, you have to meet those international standard. Very first is quality. Okay, you have to meet the quality what the international market looks for. Okay, you have to meet those all those standard there. Okay, so if at all the very first thing is the quality there. So each and every person needs a good quality, so you have to meet that standard. So there are certain international standards. So this particular thing, that is foreign trade, that helps you not only sell your product outside the nation, but even it helps you like to have a good contact with other people. Not only that, it makes you to have a give a tough competition in the international market. Imagine your product has got greater demand in international market, definitely then you are giving a tough competition to others, right? So that is how it is like international. If you are meeting the international standards, then definitely it is like you are gaining the, or you are competing or giving a tough competition in the international market. See, that the same thing happened with Chinese toys in India. Now China got to know that, okay, so Indian markets, they have got a demand for the plastic toys. Now like we are banning, that is different. As they have given in your textbook, I have to deal with that. Okay, so see, when they did do the survey, they understood that Indian market has got very much demand for the toys there. Okay, now they got to know. What did they do? They started doing the toys and selling, or say exporting it to India, and India started importing the toys from China. So those toys were sold at less price. As China is having the plastic production in abundance, okay, like they have much more plastic production, so that would cost them very less. So here the toys whatever we used to get, okay, whatever Indian toys used to be produced, that would cost more compared to the Chinese toys. So people started buying those toys, wherein now China got a huge market. That's the reason now we are going with Atmanirbhar. Okay, now we are going with Atmanirbhar, wherein again we are coming back to our own production. Okay, so now that is different. But this is how the Chinese toys got a good market in India, as the Chinese toys would cost you less. So people start, definitely what we do when we have got so many choices, that too, we choose the things which are having a good quality, but we should get it at a lesser price. So everybody wants that itself, right? Less cost, but yes, definitely it should be of good quality. So now Chinese products, or say Chinese toys, that enter the market with this motto itself, like they would get a good they would give the good quality but at a lesser price. So people started going towards or buying these toys, and that is how China's toys got a huge market in India. See, in general what they say, with the opening of trade, as the trade started, okay, between nations, so what happened there, goods traveled from one market to another. So this is a usual thing, right? Imagine you are producing you are manufacturing certain toys here, or if you are manufacturing certain bags, jute bags and all. What would you do? If you are selling it to different markets, definitely they will be having much more things to choose, right? They will be having different choice. So here, so that is how, because of the trade itself, because of the foreign trade, things do reach from one market to another. Okay, because of the foreign trade being easier one, or say flexible one, what is happening? Most of the products are reaching from one market to another market. So that is one thing that is happening because of foreign trade. The second is choice of goods. You have got a variety of goods to choose, right? If you did not like one thing, you have another thing in your pocket, right? So you would get it. So you have many more things. As the foreign trade has become easy, people have got much more to choose. Now that is another thing. So now foreign trade has resulted in connecting the markets, or integration of markets in different countries. So integration of markets, so bringing together. So what is happening is, people are getting much more importance here. They are concentrating upon getting the things, the segregated one, they are bringing under one roof. So when you see, when it is when you find a huge market to sell certain things, so what would you feel? You have to compete very good, right? This competition thing comes into your mind, saying that yes, I have to give a tough competition to another person. So this is what is happening here. So as and when the foreign trade started, people started having huge market in different nations. So that is one thing, the basic function. So that is all about your foreign trade. Okay, so that is how it is like bringing together. Okay, it is bringing together the all the nation, like all the nation under one roof for the sake of trading. So like whole complete thing into one under one roof, it is like they are bringing, so that each and every person has got a thing to choose. Whatever they want to choose, they are having variety to choose. So that is the basic function. The next is, what is globalization? Exactly. What it actually is globalization? See, no doubt MNCs have come into existence and they are really helping the nations to have a good connectivity, to have a good contact between people. So it has been looking for locations in the world which would be cheap for the production. So as I told you, see, MNC concentrates mainly upon profit. Okay, so profit making is the main motto here. So each and every company, when they are setting up, so profit making is the main motto there. Okay, they keep in mind the main motto of making profit. So how they have to make profit? By reducing the cost of production. If the cost of production is less, definitely they can make profit. So foreign investment by MNC in these countries has been raising. So as you all know, it is totally increasing, right? People are ready, people are like investing. So most of the MNCs are investing in different nations just to open their company and just to make profit. So that is increasing. So foreign trade between countries has been rising rapidly as MNCs have entered. As MNCs have increased, even the foreign trade also has increased, because they need raw materials, they need packaging, they need transport, right? So like they are taking help from different people. So they are connecting people and even they are increasing the MNCs here with investment, and you know it is helping to increase the foreign trade. So a large part of the foreign trade is controlled by MNCs. So as you all know, the see, whenever you want to sell through people itself, you have to sell, right? You have to contact the person who wants your product. So most of the people, what they are doing, they are going through MNC itself. Okay, most of the people, like that's the reason MNC is controlling the foreign trade. So the car manufacturing plant of Ford Motors in India not only produces cars for the Indian market, it also exports cars to other developing countries. So for other developing countries, it is sending the car. It not only produces here in India, but even it is like sending it to different nation. So that is how the MNCs have come into existence. So that is how the MNC is playing a major role in controlling the foreign trade. So the result of greater foreign investment and greater foreign trade has been greater integration of production. So what they are doing is see, when it comes to so when it comes to the integration of like production and market across the countries. So marketing, nothing but having a market. To sell your products, you will be having market. You have to meet the international standard. You have to know the standard of that particular nation. So when it comes to these things, what they are telling, globalization is having, even that is having a much more importance, and MNC plays a very important role when it comes to these things. So when it comes to when it comes to globalization, what is globalization? Globalization is the process of rapid integration. So when it comes to integration, so what they are telling, so when it comes to integration, what is this integration? How it is done? So when it comes to integration, it is nothing but bringing the connectivity, okay, so indicating the mean value, so how the total sum of a thing can be coordination, coordinating. See what happens, the work has to be coordinated, right? If at all you are getting raw material from one nation, okay, then you are processing in somewhere, okay, you are arranging it somewhere, then the finished goods, once you get it, you have to if you want to feed something in that, again that has to be done, packaging has to be done, so it has to be sold in the market. So there are certain process. It is see, each and everything is very important. So when these things have to be done, so it is like coordination. So coordination, bringing up a coordination among the people, coordination among the work, coordination to bring up the product. So globalization is the process of rapid integration or interconnection between countries. So how it is interconnecting? It is interconnecting through foreign trade itself. So how it is, see, every person wants to have or get recognition, right, in the foreign market. So globalization is helping them. So it is like integrating, it is bringing together people, it is bringing a coordination among the people. Understood? So that is how people are coming under one roof. So more and more goods and services, investments and technology are moving between countries. So because of the globalization, because of the foreign trade, as these foreign trades are increasing, goods and services can reach at the fingertips. At your fingertips, goods and services can reach, and you have much more choices. Okay, you have much more things to choose, and these keeps moving between the countries. Clear? So that is how the globalization is helping. So globalization helps you to bring up the things together, to bring the things together at one particular roof, and to have interconnection, okay, to have connectivity, to coordinate the work among the nations. So that is how it is helping, and that is where the goods and services of different nation. So imagine you don't have imagine you don't have a good leather bag and all, you can get it from other country. So what happens then, it will be imported here, like we import it, right, we import it. So once it reaches our nation, definitely that is importing. So importing of goods. So your demand, your want is like satisfied by the thing whatever you wanted. So that is how the globalization is connecting the people, or say connecting the markets here. So that is all about, or say like yes, there are few things. So yes, so this is through the movement of people. See, not only, see, we think that yes, globalization is only for goods and services. No, there is again the movement of people. People do move from one place to another in the search of job. Okay, for the sake of job they are moving from one place to another, right? So there they are having connectivity, not only for job sake, even for the sake of education, right, even for the sake of business. Or sometimes people like usually move from one country for better jobs or say better education. So like this has been increasing. You might have seen your friends would like they have plans and all. Few people, they do have plan, I want to study here, I want to study in this country, I want to do this particular course in this country. So they will be having plans, right? So for the sake of education or say for the sake of job, people move from one place to another. So again this is one particular part. So that is what they are telling here. So the basic function. Okay, so globalization is having its own importance, and see, when it comes to the basic function of the foreign trade plays very important role to bring all the people together under one roof for the sake of market. So that is where the things are interconnected, they are interlinked. Next is factors. What are the factors that have enabled the globalization? Have you ever thought like what is the factor, who is helping or what is helping them to bring everything under one roof? Right? We always get these kind of doubts. So very first is technology. You see, earlier days we did not have much more apps whatever today we have got. Because of the online classes we came across many more apps, right? Now because of the pandemic we got to know that there are so many apps we can use, right? So technology. So usage of technology, see technology has come into existence only because of globalization or say foreign trade. As and when we thought of foreign trade, as and when we thought of trade, nothing but we are connecting with people, right? So imagine we did not know how to use internet. We did not know that there is something called email. What would have happened? We would lag behind, right? We would not have any connectivity, we would not have any market to sell our goods or get any services. So that's the reason there are certain factors. Very first is technology here. So rapid improvement in technology has been one major factor. Okay, so that has stimulated the globalization process, that has helped us. The globalization has helped, okay, to get all the kind of technology. So technology is one thing that is like connecting all the people under one roof. So again, technology it has made a faster delivery of goods across the countries. So you use all these apps, right, like Flipkart, Amazon. See, now earlier what used to happen, you had to carry cash, you had to pay, right, all those things was there. Now what has happened, you need not carry cash and all, it is very easy at the fingertips. You can just make a payment. Google Pay you have, Phone Pay you have, right, all these like payment activities could be done through mobile phone itself, through internet itself, so through like technology itself, right, using technology. So see the difference, see the like changes. Nav, it is the technology has helped, okay, it has helped to know the things easily, and see what has happened, you can get the goods and services at the fingertips. Nothing but today you have ordered, tomorrow you'll get it. So these are the things, though it is coming from some far away place, even then you can get it. So that is how the technology is helping. So you use containers for transport of goods, right? See, when it comes to the goods, whenever there is selling of goods, what they do, a main source, okay, like main route wherein the foreign trade is takes place is the sea route itself. Okay, it is the easiest way, one thing, and the second thing is in a large quantity, okay, bulk, you can transport things in a bulk. Air, you cannot do that, and land, connecting land, it goes very difficult because of the water, right, because of the oceans and all, it goes very difficult. You cannot connect all the nations by roadway or say airway. Airway carriage becomes or carriage goes very difficult. That's the reason best route is the sea route. Okay, sea route is the best way to have the foreign trade or to have good like a business. So now when it comes to technology, what they are telling, yes, so containers for transport of goods. So containers have led to huge reduction in port handling costs and increase the speed with which exports can reach markets. See, if the transportation is good, as I have told you, primary, okay, so primary, secondary and tertiary, you have three sectors, right, PST, primary sector, secondary sector and tertiary sector. Now, though the primary sector, like see, they are interlinked, right? If at all the primary sector is working very well, then whatever finished goods we have got from the primary sector will be used as the raw material for the secondary sector. And secondary sector, when will it grow well, or say when will it work well? When the tertiary sector is active. Nothing but tertiary sector should be present for the banking service, nothing but money exchange, or even for the connectivity, nothing but even if it all it is related to transportation and all, right. So like tertiary sector is gaining importance. So that is how that is what we had discussed, right. Yes. So now imagine containers of goods. So huge containers, right, all these things will be loaded and unloaded. See what happens near the sea and all, they will be unloading it and getting it to the nation. So that is how the trade will be carried out. So when it comes to information and technology, or say communication technology, you might have heard about telecommunication. Imagine if at all you did not have internet source or say telecommunication, would you be able to do the or carry out foreign trade with letters, exchange of letters, and also it would be difficult, right? Earlier days they used to do with the use of letters, they used to send letters and all, and they would wait for the reply from that particular nation. So it was going very slow, right? It was going very slow. Now as there is improvement in the technology, as technology is improving, okay, people are finding it very easy to have communication, good communication, okay, and to expand their business. So through internet sources, or say through phone, okay, like you can talk, you can have a contract, e-contract, what we call electronic contract. So that is how the things are changing because of globalization, because of MNCs, because of the foreign trade. So the next is, you have heard about computers, right? Yes. So computers, internet service, all those things you have heard. How they are playing the major role, right? Without computers, that is your desktop, whether apart from that, all the mobile phones, now these things are gaining much more importance. It is related to technology itself, right? Yes. So why these technologies should be used, why we cannot use anything else? See, okay. So now, and the main thing, so when it comes to this, so computers have entered, and see now they are venturing most of the things with amazing world of internet. So whatever things you want, you can get it at the tip of your like fingers. And internet also allows us to send instant electronic mail and talk over calls. See, internet, what happens if at all you want to talk to the other person in another country, then definitely you will be using internet calling and all, right? You can communicate with the other person. So imagine how, let's see how this thing has become important, right? Internet service are given, okay, wherein internet service has got so much of importance. So because of the importance that has got, what has happened, and this is what I want to say is, as the globalization is increasing, okay, as it is connecting the people here because of the foreign trade, we are able to get all the new technologies here, right? So we are gaining much more, even people are knowing, people will try to know like how many things has come into existence, how they are helpful. So all those things matters a lot here. So using IT in globalization, so information technology, IT is nothing but information technology. So there is some problem here wherein one lady is telling, it looks like a very nice magazine, but why isn't my textbook printed like this? I can hardly read the words in my book. She is having problem to read in her book because it is not that great. You thank yourself, your book is really great. So no, my child, this printing press is not for ordinary Indians. So these discrimination, earlier it was, and now there is no such a discrimination. Yes, information and communication technology plays a major role in the production of services across the countries. So information technology, information, it might be related to any of the business or even any other thing wherein you are planning, okay, you are planning, or say your you want in this information and communication skills to be increased. So what, see, these things are possible only because of the globalization, or say even the foreign trade. Foreign trade is helping us to do all these things, okay, it is helping us to gain the importance here. So when it comes to IT in globalization, okay, imagine information technology has got into the globalization, what would have happened here? So a news magazine published for London readers to be designed and printed in Delhi, okay, it has to be printed in Delhi, no doubt. With that again it has to be designed. So the text of the magazine is sent through internet to the Delhi office. You see. Now imagine, okay, now we have Google Classroom, right? So every now and then I am sharing the videos, every now and then I am giving you the like notes and all. So now you are like able to use it. Now you are able to access it the way you want, right? The way you are expecting, you can access the internet, through internet, no doubt you will be doing, but again you can access it the way you want, right? Yes, so here also the same thing. Now the text of the magazine is sent through internet to the Delhi office. So through internet what they are doing, they are sending text. What exactly you have to do? See what happens. Now imagine some person X is there. Okay, some person called X is there who is a businessman. Okay, the person is a businessman. They are they print the notes. Now what I do, I have got a written notes wherein I do not have time to type those many questions with the answer. So what I will be doing, I will be approaching X here. Now what X does, he would prepare on my behalf. In the same way here also see the orders on how to design the magazine telecommunication facilities. The designing is done on a computer. After printing, the magazines are sent by air to London. So see London books, we have taken printing of London books. See what happens, because of the foreign trade itself, even this has gained importance. Okay, that is where these things are gaining importance. So even the payment of money for designing and printing from a bank in London to a bank in Delhi is done through the internet service only. So it is say through internet itself you have to get it connected. Clear? So that is how you should get it connected. So no doubt these things, when it comes to the see factors that have enabled globalization. Very first factor that we had started was the technology. So technology is one such way, or say one such thing that is creating the connectivity between people. So among the people it is bringing a connectivity. So that is how they can connect the things with each other. So this is using IT in globalization. The second one is, the next one is liberalization. What is this liberalization? Liberal. So what is this liberalization? See, let me tell you the liberalization in general at first, then I will deal with whatever they have said here. See, when it comes to liberalization, it is nothing but the government. Okay, the government do not have any rights to question the courts or their decision. Okay, they can sometimes what happens, now they are imagine a person wants to do some imagine a person wants to create something, or say the person wants without any intervention from the government, the person wants to have his own business. So most of the time the government may not question him. Okay, the government may not question him. So that is liberalization. Liberal. Okay, here no person would poke their nose, no person would interfere into it. So that itself is called as liberalization. See, liberalization is nothing but removing barriers or restrictions set by the government is what is known as liberalization. See, yesterday I came up with a sentence saying that post-independent practice, or say once we received the independence, the government had decided to stop the total trade itself, or say what they had planned, they would plan to put more duties or say tax, duties or tax on the goods whatever they have purchased. Okay, so what happens if with say first of all the product would be much costing you more. In that, if they are planning to take away certain things, what would happen, right? So that's the reason. Now if at all the person wants to create a or wants to have without any interference from the government, so that would totally it would happen. So if that happens, then that itself is called as liberalization of foreign trade and foreign investment policy. So that itself is called here. So the next is, see where it comes. So how it is done, but how liberalization is done. See, removal of the barriers. So what is a barrier then? Let us know about what is a barrier with an example. Okay, let us know exactly what is barrier with an example. So imagine, now I told you about toys from China, right? Let us take the same example. Let us take it. So as the China market understood that yes, the importance is being given to the they have importance for the plastic the things, or say the products made up of plastic. So now they started exporting to India. India, while importing those things, because what used to happen, there is a dumping. So what is this dumping? Dumping is nothing but selling the goods, okay, selling the goods at a price more than the nominal value. So what people are doing, they are selling for see, for the foreign nation today. Okay, today see, I have made some product here. Okay, let us take some product here. Imagine some product I have done. Okay, let's take this as a product here. I have done some product here. I want to sell it. Okay, let's take a perfume. So now perfume I have manufactured. I want to sell it in the foreign nation. I'll be allowed, right? Because we have the system of foreign trade, and I'll be totally allowed. Now what I do here in India, I sell that particular perfume at ₹1000, and to the foreign nation I am selling it at ₹800. Is it correct? The nominal value itself is ₹1000, only because the nation is, or say I want to get a good market. What I am doing, I am selling it at ₹200 lesser than whatever I am selling it here. ₹1000 and there 800. So what would people feel? Few people, what they do, they would import again. Okay, like whatever you have sold there. Okay, whatever I have sold, okay, in the name of business, whatever I have done, the other person, what the person does, because you are selling for lesser ₹200, I'll import it, because there I have to pay only hardly any amount, and double taxation is not necessary. So like I'll import here. Okay, so let me pay the tax and let me purchase it. Is it correct? Is it correct? Now that itself is called as dumping. So the nations, okay, the country, now what they do, they follow anti-dumping. So that should not happen. So what they do, they start putting tax. Okay, so you might have heard about tax. Now what Indian government it does, it for production, imagine for the production of manufacturing of that particular good, okay, I need certain raw materials. Now what Indian government does, they put more tax on that particular thing what I am importing. Now when that is done, my cost of production will automatically increase, right? So through tax, tax is one main thing to make this or create a barrier for trade. So the example here they have given is those who wish to import the toys, okay, from different nation. What India does, Indian government does, they would put tax, more tax on those goods whatever you are importing. Then what happens? You automatically stop purchasing those goods. So like what happens, so China will see now here what happens, Chinese toys will no longer be cheap in the Indian market and imports from China will automatically reduce, right or wrong? Now China got to know that yes, India is having more demand for the plastic goods or say plastic the materials, toys, okay, that has got a good demand. So what they started doing, they started selling it to Indian market. Now if we want to end up the things, right, we want to put a barrier there. So what we do, we ask them to pay the tax. Now when you have like say whatever goods or whatever import of those toys have been done, more taxes have to be paid. So if you are paying more tax, what happens? That would amount to the barrier. That would create a barrier for foreign trade. To have a foreign trade, there is a barrier called as tax. Now if at all that barrier has to be removed. So if at all you are removing the barrier, then that itself is called liberalization. So liberalization is nothing but laissez-faire, wherein government will not intervene in the importing or say anything related to the trade. So that is liberalization. Nothing but you will not be allowed or you will not be asked to pay any tax and all. You can freely import the things. If these things are made, even foreign trade will increase and you would be able to get all the materials at the fingertips without paying anything. So that is liberalization. Now tax on imports is an example for trade barrier. So tax, that is one thing. Tax on importing. Okay, if at all taxes are to be paid for whatever the import is done, then that itself is a trade barrier and it is called a barrier because there is some restriction. Now if at all you have to pay tax, definitely it is a kind of like a barrier for the trade, right? So the Indian government after independence had put barriers. So as I have told you yesterday itself, we did discuss in the previous class, we did discuss saying that India had put certain barriers during independence so that there won't be any problem with the foreign trade. So to remove these remove these barriers, if at all those barriers are removed, we call it as liberalization, wherein government will not be poking its nose in any of the activities that is carried out in relation to the trade, making it easy for having a smooth trade. And that was possible only because of GATT and WTO. Okay, see, before I come to that, let us know about these things. So barriers on foreign trade. Okay, barriers. So what happened? See, starting around in 91, some far-reaching changes in policy were made in India, and the government decided that the time had come for Indian producers to compete with producers around the globe. So what happened? As the Indian market, as the domestic market started facing much more problems, they started putting barriers here. Okay, so those barriers made these producers to give tough competition, not only meeting the foreign standard, okay, international standard, but even to give the tough competition for the foreign producers. So that was a thing that was happening then. So because of that itself, there was a barrier which was created by the government. Now if those barriers are removed, then that is liberalization. So removing barrier. Okay, so the barriers on foreign trade and foreign investments were removed in a to a large extent, wherein the import and export could be easily made. Nothing but the foreign trade could be easily carried out. The export and import can be easily done. Okay, thinking that itself, they removed the barriers. So this is called as liberalization, wherein removal of the removal of the trade barriers. The barriers can be removed and it can be done by the government itself. So government never would poke in the export and import activities. So if this is done, then that is liberalization. So free trade, okay, free trade of goods and services. So free trade without having any restriction, without having any barriers. So that itself is liberalization. So liberalization of trade, businesses are allowed to make decisions freely about what they wish to import or say export. So that has now become very easy because there are no such barrier put by the government. So that has totally stopped now, because of which it has become very easy for people to export and import the goods which are necessary. Understood, dear students? So hope you have understood like whatever I have discussed here. So see, we did discuss how the foreign trade have been very useful, okay, how it is bringing an integration, okay, and what is the basic function, what are the basic function done by the foreign or that has happened because of the foreign trade, what is globalization, what is international standard, how it has to be met, then factors that have enabled the globalization. So technology is one, and next is removal of the barriers, that is your liberalization. So liberalization is one such thing that has helped the foreign trade to be carried out very easily. So hope you have understood, okay. Considering you have understood everything, let me conclude it here. So the remaining things will be done in the next class. Thank you so much, dear students, for your patience. Have a great day.